Hi, my name is Andy Kaufman, host of the People and Projects podcast. Welcome to my free video series entitled 20 Ways to Radically Improve Your Ability to Deliver Projects. One of the leading causes of project failure is continual and unregulated change. Isn't that interesting? I think we'd all agree with that being true, although I would argue that the problem isn't continual change. Now, of course, that is a problem. But if you've been in your job for any time at all, or talk to somebody that's been at your company for 20 years or more, and ask them, okay, has change slowed down at all during those 20 years? The truth is, continual change is just part of the deal. And we can complain about it, but that's just part of the deal. The bigger part of this cause of failure is the unregulated. What happens when change is inflicted on your project? Can someone just come up to you and say, hey, you know what, just make this change? Or when someone does come up and say, hey, can we make this change? It could be that you have a very formal process with lots of forms and lots of reviews and lots of sign-offs. In fact, what it feels to you is, this would take me like an hour to fix it, but it takes a week because of all of our process. Well, that is a potential problem. And yet what I find is a lot of organizations err on the other side of it. Someone comes in and says, jump, and you have to say, how high? And it really is the wild, wild west. The key with change is as early as possible in your project. Get agreement on how are we going to deal when change occurs. Not if, of course, it's when change occurs. And this can depend heavily on the culture of your company. It could be how critical the project is. There are a lot of things that could drive that. But you get agreement on how we'll deal with that. And it's finding the balance between just getting enough control and not overburdening the process. I would argue that where project managers make their money, where they earn their pay, is when change happens. Anybody can put together a plan. Ultimately, anybody can do that. But as we know, projects don't go as planned. And so when the change occurs, you can radically improve your ability to successfully deliver your projects if you follow the agreed upon way of dealing with change and keep the focus on what's best for the customer and what's best for the business. Hey, take a minute to visit us online at freeprojectmanagementvideos.com. You'll get exclusive access to our free video series entitled 20 Ways to Radically Improve Your Ability to Deliver Projects. We'll see you there.